today we're going to be reacting to 10 videos that could save your life on Chill's channel on YouTube. Let's get into the video.
We never know how we are going to react to a scary situation until the day comes. Hopefully you will never have to find out. Number 10. Delbert Latham and his son are on a roller coaster with nowhere to go when his son's restraints fail and he falls all the way to the floorboards. Listen and you'll hear him say my seatbelt in a scared voice.
Whoa, his seatbelt snapped. That's scary.
It's not, hey, you're fine, I promise, okay?
Delbert squeezes his child's waist and now an arm is the only thing keeping his son from flying off. He is squeezing as tight as he can and manages to keep his grip for the last major fall.
I got you.
That's scary.
Hey, you're fine.
I think most parents would be flipping out, and I'm amazed how calm Delbert remains the entire time, especially considering how bad this could have gone. If the description for this video is to be believed, then the operator was aware of the faulty seatbelt and was letting people on board anyway, meaning his son was not the only one to experience this terrifying ride.
Number 9.
A YouTuber in Louisiana named Buras tries to stay positive as his entire neighborhood fills with water, with everyone still trapped inside. What starts as some water in his backyard soon enters the home and becomes a total crisis. The YouTuber has the right attitude by not panicking. He puts on a brave face as he makes a video to help relieve the stress. At the same time, I can't help but notice the TV is still on. It's pretty high off the ground, but I think they should have shut off all power because any charge could electrify the very water that they're standing in.
That's crazy.
Keeping water around your house.
No, house is flooded.
Eventually, when the water gets too high, they escape via canoe and row to dry land. If the family didn't have this canoe, then they would have been at the mercy of a rescue or one of their neighbors. Number 8. A YouTuber named the J Morts is enjoying the Swiss Alps until a massive snowfall traps him alive. Now it's up to Daniel O'Sullivan and his small crew to locate and dig him out.
Someone got stuck under the snow, guys. That's crazy.
Whichever comes first.
Whoa,
Daniel rips off his gloves so he can put together his digging tools more quickly. After all, getting frostbite in a few fingers is nothing compared to saving an actual life. They don't see anything for a while until James sticks a pole out of the snow and waves it around to draw their attention. This shaves hours off of their search and is ultimately what saves his life. With the J Mort located, Daniel doesn't waste a single moment going to work on the freezing snow with only a shovel and his bare hands.
He got stuck under the snow. That's deep snow too.
By the end of it, Daniel's hands are too frozen to even take his helmet off, but his friend is alive, and that's all that really matters. Kudos for such a well-done rescue. Number 7. A clerk is ringing up a customer in Japan when the lights go out and the ground begins to shake. The customer freezes in place and doesn't know what to do, but the brave clerk drags her around the counter by the hand. Just as the worst of it comes, without looking, the heroic cashier pushes the customer's head under the counter to protect against the falling bottles breaking all around them. At one point, it looks like the shelves are going to topple onto them both, but thankfully, the store's infrastructure holds out. By the end of the video, the floor is covered with bottles that fell right where the customer would have been if she wasn't rescued at the last second. Number 6. A YouTuber named Sasha is enjoying her vacation in South Korea when she notices a clown in a dirty outfit and a wrinkled white mask is appearing in a lot of her shots.
It's a clown.
He starts out far away and gets progressively closer until he is practically breathing on her at times.
Dang, that looks creepy.
He looks creepy. Does he look at me?
Sasha plays it off like a joke at first, but when the clown follows her into the mall, she realizes that this is a real issue.
Oh, it's right behind her!
Fast.
Because
the clown's right behind her.
He's here, and it's not funny. Look. He look look at me.
She tries hiding, but when that doesn't work, she calls a passenger service to come pick her up just as the man switches from a walk to a run. I guess she doesn't know that the police number in Korea is 112, so she does the next best thing and runs away as the clown gains on her. Her ride pulls up just in time and she manages to escape.
That's
Even though
scary.
Sasha didn't call the
The whole day.
authorities, she still handled the situation well by getting away from this stranger as fast as possible. Number 5. When a blue car pulls up and a couple steps out, the gas station clerk notices something is wrong. The woman walks far ahead of the man, almost like he doesn't trust her enough to let her out of his sight, and they immediately go to the ATM to make a large cash withdrawal. At the counter, they continue to stand a wide distance apart, which looks suspicious since friends would be closer. The man seems relaxed, but the woman stands straight and looks very tense. They are just about to leave when the clerk tells the woman to stop. She freezes in the doorway and the clerk puts himself between the two. He can tell the woman is in distress at this point and tells her to go back into the store, which she does. Meanwhile, the man outside looks like he is going to pull something out of his jacket and then drives away instead.
Dang.
As it turns out, the clerk was correct to stop them. The woman was being held captive and being driven from ATM to ATM in the middle of the night. The clerk was smart to wait until she was out of his reach before confronting the man.
You come my bed, I help you, no problem.
If he had waited for police, the two would have been long gone before any help arrived.
Gosh.
Number
Thank God he
4.
stopped. Number 4.
When a man enters a gas station and demands money, he finds himself greatly outnumbered by a swarm of angry customers. All it takes is one brave bystander to rush him and the rest follow suit.
Oh, they
grabbing
jumped
whatever
him!
They can to neutralize the man until authorities
Dang.
arrive. This video shows that we are all becoming braver and more prepared for these kinds of events as a society. Less people would try and do this if they knew it would form an angry mob.
Dang.
So maybe a group defense is the right tactic. Of course, if nobody else joins in, then you've just effectively made yourself the next target.
That's
Number 3.
Number 3.
A YouTube channel called Sailing Latitude is boating around the Italian island of Sardinia when a freak lightning storm breaks overnight, forcing them into survival mode. They try to outrun the storm at first, but the winds are much too strong and soon lightning is breaking directly overhead.
Gosh. That's scary, being in the middle of the ocean and there's like just you're surrounded by water and
Aside from getting zapped,
you have
a
nowhere
single
to go.
boat would be enough to
It's
fry
scary.
their navigation equipment and leave them completely stranded at sea. The experienced navigator is able to visually estimate 2 areas where lightning is striking the most, and they sail between these 2 areas skillfully. In other words, they basically have no choice but to steer between 2 storms, and in doing so they almost get trapped in the storm multiple times, like here at 10 minutes and 15 seconds for example. To make matters worse, the winds could change at a moment's notice and bring the storm clouds even closer. Somehow they just barely managed to sail through the little pocket of clear weather, well flanked between 2
They got
storms.
lucky, y'all.
Hours
Real
later,
lucky.
a calm sunrise greets them, as if it was all just a bad dream. Number 2.
Number 2.
An Uber driver is taking home 2 passengers when a car they have never seen before overtakes them on the left and then puts on the brakes. Before anyone has the chance to make sense of the
Whoa.
situation, the other driver is already hurrying over. He taps on the window and orders the Uber driver to get out of his car, which makes the passengers panic.
What's going on? I don't know.
What's that?
You blew the right leg. Get the out of the car.
Just
I'm not
go,
getting
just
out of the
go, go. Just go. Just go. Go around.
What was he trying
Thinking
to do?
fast, the Uber driver takes the right course of action by not getting out of his
Oh,
vehicle,
that's
driving
scary.
away
Someone
instead.
forces you to get
They
out your
manage to
car.
escape
Like,
and
I'm not
are
gonna
ready
do
to
that.
forget
I'm
about
gonna
the
drive
whole
away.
incident. When they see his high beams on them again, that's when they make the second smart decision
Oh,
and get
he
the police
chased
on
him
the phone.
down.
Call 911.
That's when you know they're crazy.
Left here.
Oh, they
Make
chased
a left
him
here. The car
down.
is following us. And he bangs on the
Why?
window to get out of the car.
Why would they do that? That's
Eventually, they
crazy.
get pulled over and explain everything to an officer, who
Oh, at least
proceeds
the
to speed
police
away
came.
after dispatching
That's
a
a good thing.
description of the vehicle to all other units.
It's hard for him to open the doors because they don't know how to open the door with the Tesla.
That's good.
So that actually worked.
Okay, so see, now that's another
Did he
benefit.
try to open the
Yes,
door?
yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
He
The
tried
car
to
that was
open the
chasing
door.
them is still nearby, and the driver is charged with being under the influence. Kudos to the driver for keeping his passengers safe and not responding with
scary.
aggression himself. Had he gotten out of the car and into an altercation, he could have been charged with something or made the situation worse. And Kristoffer Carlsson is
Number
skiing
one.
in Switzerland when he finds himself
Oh,
trapped under
wait, there's
6
an
feet of snow in a
avalanche?
matter of seconds. Watch for yourself and you can see there is basically no time to react to
Bro.
an avalanche of this magnitude, especially from behind.
That is scary because you don't. It's like you going down a current of river and it's just pushing you down.
Kristoffer
That's
might not
scary.
have been able
I
to
wanna know
move
what
out
to
of
do.
the way, but it's what he does next that ultimately saves his life. That is to say, he does nothing. He doesn't try to dig himself out because he could be upside down and only digging away from the surface. He doesn't scream or cry because his air supply is limited. He simply conserves his energy and waits for as long as he can. Only when he
That's
sees
scary.
snow moving above him does Kristoffer yell out. But rather to alert his
Oh
friends
my
that they are on the
gosh.
right path. After much digging, he finally sees the light again, followed by the concerned
Yo.
faces of his friends. I think that you are going to remember these videos for a long time, and I hope watching them doesn't cause you to experience
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want me to do another react video, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.